Tells me A. What's going on? Reflection's going on. All right. Well, unfortunately, for a translation, a slide, there's three different ways you could see it. All right. For reflection, it's only lowercase r, story's over. But for translation, there's three different ways we could show a translation. First way, it's called function notation. All right. Function notation. That's x comma y. All right. So you'll always start off with the x comma y. And then you'll see the arrow. And then in the next set of parentheses, it's going to tell you what we're doing to x and y. So I'm in here, I'm going to write the x is going to go +2 and the y is going to go -3. And we'll talk about what that means right now. So right there, that is one way to write a translation is going on, and it's called function notation. Now, what's it telling me? What's happening to every single point? Well, on the x-axis, everyone agrees I can only go left and right. Everyone agrees. All right, so +2, where do you think I'm going? Right 2. All right, on the x-axis, I can only go left and right. So this is saying every point's going to go right 2, and then where's it going to go? Down 3. So the whole figure, ready, is going to go right 2, down 3. All right, that's what that's showing me right now. Is I'm going to slide my figure to the right 2 and down 3. Second way I could show you a translation is going on is what's called vector notation. You'll see these two figures here. It looks like your inequality symbols back in your Algebra 1 days. Inside there, you'll see two numbers that tell you where to the right and the left you're going and up and down you're going. 2, -3. So again, right 2, down 3. These two, I'm moving the same distance and direction, right 2, down 3, but I'm writing it two different ways. Means the same thing. Means the same thing. All right. Finally, I don't have a name for this. It's not called function or vector, so I just put other. Remember our lowercase r? Now for translation, you may see an uppercase T. And I don't know, I just always put the fangs on. It doesn't have to. All right, that's how I roll. With subscript. Remember that word from Friday. Down below, you'll see two numbers that tell you right and left, up and down, how many units. So look at what we just wrote. All three of those mean the same thing. Take your figure and points, move it right 2, down 3. Except we can express it three different ways. But they all mean the same thing. It's all a translation, all a slide. All right, all a slide. Anything you want to ask about those three different ways? All right, let's hop right into it then. I got square ABCD. I moved it to A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. You guys that were here on Friday, what do I call square ABCD again? That's my starting one, which I call the Bailey pre-image, and my prime one I call the image. That's what I end up with. And I want to know, is this an actual translation? And you just can't say yes because I slide it. The slide has to be the same distance and direction for A, B, C, and D. So that's what you're going to check right now. Am I moving the same distance and direction for all points A, B, C, D to get to the prime points? All right, hey, I move point A over 2, down 2. Everything else better be over 2, down 2 as well. So see if this is an actual translation right now. Check each of your points here. Everyone in agreement? They're moving the same amount every time? All right, so yes, this is again, you just don't say yes because it's a slide. You say yes because, how do I know? All points move same distance and direction. That is a translation. Just because you saw it was a slide does not mean anything. It's got to be a slide in the same distance, in the same direction. All right, in your own words, describe you now. You're going to take over in words first. Words. How many did I go up, down, left, and right to get there? Okay, so here we go. In your own words. How many spots did I move here? Sure, welcome back. Here you go. Over, up, down, and how many units? So to A prime, B to B prime, C to C prime, D to D prime here. How many did I move up and over? Over 6 and down 3. So over 6. What do you mean? Because I could go to the left or the right. Right 6. Down 3. There we go. So that's saying in your own words. Now I want a specific notation now. Write it in vector notation. Write this in vector notation. So you remember vector? Those are with my little inequalities. And what two numbers go inside there that show you're going right 6 and down 3? What two numbers am I going to place in there? Shoom, going deep there, going deep. Brendan?
6, -3.
Good. 6, positive 6, because I'm going to the right, and a negative 3 to show I'm going down 3. Good. So this is what translations are. Slides, right, left, up, and down. All right, let's keep rolling. I want to give plenty of time for you guys to start and finish the assignment today. Graph triangle ABC, and then move it along the vector -4, 1. So go ahead and graph it, and then I got a question for somebody. All right. The image is going to be along vector -4, 1. What is the -4 and the 1 telling you to do to every single point right now? So to point A, B, and C, if I'm going to move it -4, 1, what direction and distance are you going to move it here? Jonathan, where am I going to move every point along -4, 1? What's that tell me? Move it. And? There you go. Everyone go ahead. Take every point, left 4, up 1, and graph the new point. Make sure we call it A prime, B prime, C prime. So move every point to the left 4, up 1. Make sure we call it prime. Everyone take a look, make sure ours match up here. If it matches, go ahead on to number 3 and draw a triangle ABC. We got something else to do to it now. All right, just make sure ours match. You have the prime symbols on there. Details matter in this unit. And notice I didn't tell you what the coordinates were for A prime, B prime, C prime. The directions did not say state. Right? I only write out the coordinates if it says state. New notation. This is that other notation now. And when you read part B, this is the other notation. Capital T alerts me to a translation. And then below is, you guys let me know, how many spots am I moving up, down, left, and right in this third one? How many spots up, down, left, and right, going deep? There we go, Simon.
To the right 3 and down 1.
Right 3, down 1. Yep. So everyone, right 3, down 1. Make sure we do primes. And again, I don't see the word state at all, right? Just graph. Oh, it does say state. So we need to make sure we write out what A prime and B prime and C prime are. So make sure if it does say state on the assignment or on a test or quiz, make sure we state them out. All right. Graph and state. All right, go ahead, finish up. And then we need to talk about some of you guys that are going ahead here. You're not getting part C here. Okay, some of you, I'm watching some of you guys, you're doing vector notation for part C, which is fine, but we need to actually draw a vector. So first, what the heck is a vector? What is a vector? It's remember those days, our first couple days of school when I liked probably some of you, array, remember that? The endpoint looked like this, right? Going like that. That's a vector. Okay, that's what a vector looks like. So what I need your help with is I need to draw one of those somewhere on the graph. All right, they're always drawn on the graph that shows me you went right 3, down 1. All right, so I need an arrow to be drawn, a ray to be drawn. That's a vector that shows me you went right 3, down 1. All right, it's got that distance and that direction. And I'll help you out on this one. The easiest way is start from one of your pre-image points right now. So A, B, or C, I don't care which one. And draw a ray going to its image point. So if I start at A, I'm going to make that vector, that ray, go to A prime and put the arrow there. That shows me you went right 3, down 1. Now, hey, you want to get nuts and really show off? Don't go from a pre-image to an image. Just go from a random, ready? You can pick a random point and then go, let's see, right 3, down 1. And do it there. It doesn't have to be from a point to a point, right? If you really want to get nuts and crazy. But that's what a vector is. It shows me the distance and direction you guys moved. All right, so don't confuse that with notation. That's not vector notation. That's a vector. All good? What a vector is? Shows me where you moved. All right, now, whew, you better buckle up, some of you. You guys have been on easy street today. Now I'm going to challenge you. All right, so here you go. I started at 3, 3. I went to 6, 1, doing not a reflection, but a translation. All right, I did some translation. Up, down, left, right, so many units, and I ended up at 6, 1. Started at 3, 3, went to 6, 1. I want to move that same amount, but end up at 8, 3. This is your find the pre-image. So this is 8, 3 is where we ended. Where did we start to get to 8, 3? All right, that's the question. Where did we start? What's the pre-image? First thing I need to do with one of you is what is the rule here? 3, 3 to 6, 1. Up, down, left, right. How many units? All right. First, we got to know what the rule is. So going from 3, 3 to 6, 1. How do you get there? 3, 3 over to 6, 1. How do we get there? Ooh. Nice. Vinny, how do we get there?
The right 3 down.
Right 3 down 2. However you want to write that. Put it in whatever notation. We went right 3 down 2. Because I'm going to let you go on your own here to solve these next two. Everyone understand the directions. What point did I start at and go right 3 down 2 and I ended up at 8, 3? All right, so remember, this is the coordinates you finish at. I want to know where you started, the pre-image. So go ahead. Try to find your pre-image now. What coordinates did you start at? Working backwards here, right? Got to work backwards. All right, ready to roll? All right, if I ended up at 8, 3 and I got there by going right 3 down 2, what coordinate did I start at? What coordinate did I start at? Drew, where did I start there, boss?
5, 5.
I did start at 5, 5. Yep. And I went right 3 down 2. I ended up at 8, 3. Start at 5, 5. Are we okay? How we got there? All right. How about where did I start if I ended up at 2, negative 5? At 2, negative 5. Ooh, Stellan.
-1,
-1, -3. All right. Good. All right, so be careful in the directions, right? Everyone always assumes I'll give you the starting coordinate. Not always. All right, let's finish this off on a good note. This is probably one of my top 5 problems of the year right here. Little marching band. Here we go. Some of you band camp kids in here can relate to this problem. Anybody band in here? I don't make fun. I actually envy because I have 0 musical or art talent, as you saw earlier in the year, at all. So I envy you band camp kids. Anybody? What do we play back there, Makai? What do we play? Nice. How long you been doing that?
like 5 years.
Wow. So you must be pretty good, huh? No? Good. Zoli?
Oh, percussion.
Percussion, drums,
Oh, yeah.
cymbals, tambourine, anything we throw at you?
Yeah.
All right. How long you been doing that?
10 years.
Wow. All right. Anybody else? Yes, Bailey?
I used to play clarinet and then I switched to choir.
Okay. How long did you play clarinet for?
Maybe 3 or 4 years.
Wow. Okay. My musical experience, everybody, 5th grade, 1 year baritone, done. That was it for me. I was out. All right, that's all it took for me. I was out. Saw the writing on the wall. Couldn't even do hot cross buns. We were gone. All right, we were done. All right, moving on. Quick warning here before we do this problem. Your graph is going by 2s, not 1s. So be careful there when you tell me how many units you're going up, down, left, and right. First problem, part A. We're going from position 1 to position 2. So how many units in your words first? No notation, in words when I call on you. How do I get all of position 1 to line up exactly on position 2? How many units am I going? Up, down, left, and right. So figure that out. Again, the graph is going by 2s, not 1s, everybody, on this one. So in words only, in words, how do I get group 1 to line up right on top of group 2? All right, what do we think here? In your own words, how do I get position 1 to line up directly onto position 2? Stellan, back to you.
Left 12.
That's it. There's no up and down here. No up and down. It's just left. What is that? Left 12. All right, let's put that left 12 into function notation. I haven't asked for it yet in this notation. I only introduced it at the beginning of class, so I haven't asked for an answer in this. So remember, function notation, always, there's no negotiating here. I start off with, all right, I'm going to take xy with your arrow, and then you tell me in the next set of parentheses what you're doing to x and y. So if I'm going left 12, what am I going to write in for x? What am I doing to the x if I'm going left 12? Here, Tess. So x minus 12. All right, tell me I'm taking the x minus 12. And did I touch the y coordinate at all? No, they didn't. No, we didn't say up or down. So you can just leave it as y. If you want to put plus 0, minus 0, sure, it's all the same. But that's all I need right there. All right, a little bit tougher. A lot of kids had trouble with this in my first period class. I'm going from 1 to 3 now. 1, and 1 has to directly match up to 3. It can't be this point goes to that point. This whole row has to match up to position 3. So now give me up, down, left, and right, and how many units to get 1 right on top of 3. Every person in 1 has to match up with 3 in a translation vector. So those are my little inequalities. So what numbers have to go in there to get 1 on top of 3? All right, what do we think here? What are we looking at to get 1 right on top of all members of 1, right on top of the members of 3 here? Ooh, here we go. Simon, finish this off.
5 minus 2.
Right 5?
Oh, minus 5 minus 2.
Okay, here you go. This is what happened first period too. Yes, to get this point to match up with that one. But hey, take a look though, and some of you probably did this. If I take this top point and go left 5, down 2, it won't match up to 3. I need all of these to match up to all of these here. See what I mean? Your bottom point matches up, but the top point won't match up. You see what I mean? I need a rule that matches up all of them on top of each other. And use part A. Where did we just go? Left 12, right? We just went left 12. That matches us up with 2. And now where do you move 2 to get down to 3?
7. So minus 12 minus 7.
Up 7?
Minus 7.
You sure it's 7? One more count. One more count.
Down 12.
I do go down 12. Or left. Sure it's 12? Here you go. 2, 4, 6, 8, and another one. Tap one.
We're at 9.
9. There we go. Down 9. You good? Everyone else? That's what happened first period too. All right. We just took 1 point, and it's got to be all points got to move there and match up. Any issues? All right, look at the directions down below. It's a little bit more detailed. Look at the homework directions down below. You'll see in parentheses it says state the coordinates. Tonight, graphs are optional. That's only for 18 and 19. If it says the graph for 5 or 6, we're graphing for 5 or 6. It's only optional on 18 and 19. All right, and then there's some directions for 23 and 24 when you get to it. All right, let's get it going. Plenty of time to probably